Sitting here looking at my garden. And I'm waiting for this to go live on my laptop. I was looking through some of my fabric for something I want to look for Mikey's quilt. I have the dress shirt that Briar wore to Mikey's wedding. There it is. Alrighty. Okay, now we can F11 this. Whoops. Let me start. Whoops. Wow, everything's so glitchy today. All right, hi everybody. Welcome to the Quilt Frame. I know I'm early, so I'm going to share something with you guys. I was in my one dresser. Here's what I'm going to do. Both of those dressers are going to be mine. I'm doing fine by putting my fabric, dividing it into shopping bags, like big totes, and putting them in my closet. I'm going to need the second dresser for winter-summer exchange. I don't have a lot of clothes, but I do have enough that, you know, I have that a couple of my drawers are getting overcrowded with heavier clothing. But on top of one of those dressers, hey, on top of one of those dressers, where is it? Maybe just send everybody a heart there. Is some bins that my cousin Marilyn, you remember Marilyn and Johnny? My cousin Marilyn gave me these smaller bins full of craft stuff that used to be my Aunt Jane. Now you got to remember, my Aunt Jane passed away probably in 99, 2001 area. And so I've gone through them. I showed them did a video on a trip through the past. But there's things I missed. And this is one of them. This is a little bag. Look at this. Look at the way they used to do things. Snaps on the thing. And I looked at it and went, ooh, handkerchiefs. I used to give my dad handkerchiefs every Christmas because he's not a Kleenex guy. He's not a paper towel guy. He was raised in the Great Depression, and you used hankies, okay? And I used to buy them for him every year at Christmas because I'd see him with an old hunk of rag in his pocket. And I came across this package. Let me show this to you. In one of those bins. This is the kind of handkerchiefs I would send my dad. And look at this. Look at this. Like, seriously. That's a hanky. Do they even make, there's a pink one. Do they even make these anymore? Now, here's where we go back a long way. People used to crochet little edges of lace for their Sunday hankies. Look at this. These are handkerchiefs. Now look at this one. This is just a plain white hanky that was hand crocheted around the edge in red, white, and blue. Happy 4th of July, my American friends. But isn't that something else? I mean, it's much nicer than having one of these stuffed in your cleavage or up your sleeve, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. These are actually going to get washed. And, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, it's just such fine. I put this in my cleavage right now, but I'm going to wash them. But isn't that a treasure? All right, today we're working on Mikey's quilt, or not Mikey's quilt, we're working on Briar's quilt. I still have to find the dress shirt that Briar wore to Mikey's wedding. And Andrew's, actually. He wore them to both. I think. Anyway, let's get started. Now, I have my laptop here so I can read the chat. So I'll just move it a little bit over that way. And let's get our needle. And our thumb and our finger. So, I'm surprised there's this many. Hey, Jazzy, how's it going? What's everybody doing? If you're American, what are you doing for the 4th of July today? And if you're Canadian, well, thanks for being here. And if you're from anywhere else, let us know. That looks like it's attached. You know what? Okay, yeah, it's attached. Just in 2 different spots. Urgh. Hey, Minnesota farmer's wife, Julie. How's it going? What do you mean, Sue? What do you mean, oh my God, you quilt too? Of course I do. You know what, Susan? If you go back through my playlists, you'll find one that says quilts. Or just Google Our Half Acre Homestead Quilt, and I guarantee this is me recovering a quilt of my son's that he wanted me to add his favorite colors, which are green, orange, and purple. But this, I go anywhere from recovering quilts to building new ones, and I've got like, I think 8 or 9 on the go right now. Hey, Diane, how are you? From fireworks already? It's the middle of the day, Suze. Oh, that's wonderful, Gina. My mom had an old-fashioned quilt frame. My mom would put her needle down, and I would put the needle back through for her. Haha. From going underneath, yeah. I suppose I should just keep you here. They're saying to reduce the use of air conditioners to reduce power usage, while they turn around saying we should use electric cars. Yeah, isn't that funny? Beautiful day. I just put a video up of absolutely solid blue skies. You got to get it early because usually by now the skies are crisscrossed with chemtrails. Urgh. I made mac salad, tater salad. I have baked beans to go in the oven with barbecue ribs and unsweetened tea. Oh, I have unsweetened tea, cold tea in my fridge. I gotta be careful I don't knock my laptop down. Hey, Jane! Hey, Phoebe! Oh. Oh. Unfortunately, we have many veterans in the neighborhood that also have issues. My heart breaks for them. Our neighborhood is like Armageddon for a couple of weeks this time of year. Oh, that's horrible. I imagine the fireworks would be triggering, eh? You know, I didn't even hear fireworks on the 1st, on Canada Day. All right. when I had to go to the hospital in Pittsburgh, all the handicap parking spots are now for electric cars. Wow, you're kidding. And there's no more handicap spots? Wow, they're really just throwing everything at us, aren't they? All right, let's get this one over here. Dang. Yours. Well, how could. Why would they be further away? They're for handicapped people. They should be right near the door. Yeah, I gotta move this for a minute or it's gonna get knocked over when I try and do this one spot. You know what? I'm gonna try and turn this a little, one more click. Oh, there goes my needle. Hold on, folks. This takes some doing. This is why you never see me do more than one row. Don't lose my needle. It's the only one I can find right now. Let me just see if I can't get this one. No, it's got to go down one more click. Hang on, folks. Oh, it's a low seat. But the gas is gone in the seat in the desk chair, and it's missing an arm, so I don't bother. I'm not bothering getting it fixed. All right, just one. Just one. And then I gotta. That's better. That's better. Yeah, I can do that now. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Who taught me how to quilt? Nobody. As a matter of fact, I learned how to use a sewing machine and the basics of sewing in home economics class in grade 10. I learned the basics of knitting from my mother when I was 6 or 7 or 8. She died when I was 9, but she taught me left-handed. So when I had to relearn how to knit in home ec class, I was taught right-handed. But other than that, everything I do, I am self-taught. Okay? This is just recovering another quilt that my son wants back. But if you go through and Google Our Half Acre Homestead Quilt, you will find I've got everything from hand-pieced grandmother's flower gardens to paper piecing. Right now, since you're new, I am on a fabric purge, and so I have like 9 quilts I have to finish. So that's why this channel is getting so much stuff about quilting, right? Now let's get you over here. I'm disabled as well. It took me 4 years for my ego to get the handicap part. You know what? I still don't have one, but I am going to get one. I am going to get one. I still walk, right? And since I had the cortisone shots in my knees, I've been doing much better, but I won't push them. I won't overwork my knees because these shots got to last me, because you can only have like 3 shots before they start really doing damage to your knees when it comes to cortisone. And I can neither afford or have the energy to go through the crap of getting my knees injected with hyaluronic acid. Okay. As a matter of fact, if I had a handicap sticker, I could probably do a few more things on my own. Like local shopping. I can't do any big shopping without help. I can't. It's just that's all. Either Howie does it on paydays, or he picks up the milk and dairy on paydays because he's in Ottawa and it's cheaper. And it's cheaper in Ontario. Dairy products are. And then Briar and I will do the Quebec shopping. This is blocking my fan. Oh. If you're not, okay. It's a time too to go, when you're tying your quilt, to go through and get all these threads. All right, where's the end? There's the end. Alrighty. Can you guys see okay? And the reason I can't roll this down more is because I did this wrong. The top was supposed to be on the same roller as the liner, and only the back on the back end. But I did it backwards and I made it work, and it's a lot of work for me to put something like this on the frame, so I just left it. Third is the charm. Well, that's a seam. Ugh. My hand is behind to make sure that the needle goes through all of the layers. Paperwork. Well, for me, it would mean going into the SAC, which is our motor vehicle thing, and asking for it. And they have the weirdest hours, and there's no one close to me. So again, it's about convenience for me. Ugh. Like the hyaluronic acid shots for my knees. I would have to go to, be referred to a specialist, an orthopedic specialist. They then assess my knees again. Then, if they think I would benefit, which I would, they would give me a prescription for the hyaluronic acid. Then I would have to go to the drugstore and pay for it, because I'm not sure it's not covered provincially, and I don't know if it's covered on Howie's stuff, Howie's insurance. And then I would have to take the prescription back to the specialist, who's guaranteed either in Ottawa or Hull or Gatineau, just to get the injection in my knees. That's a lot. That is a lot for me. That is a lot for me. That reminds me. Before I leave, is Linda here? Linda, remind me before I leave that I have to phone the eye doctor and get an appointment for Howie and I on the early morning of the 26th, I think. That's another thing. My short-term memory is baffed. It's completely crap. Like, I weighed myself this morning. I'm going to put this without offending anybody. I weighed myself before I got dressed and before I did my regular shit darn shave kind of thing. And then I got up off the loo and I weighed myself again. And do you know, I couldn't remember the difference. I couldn't remember if I weighed more before or after. Like 10 minutes. It's just terrible. Eye doctor, thank you, darling. Where is Seashell? Yeehaw Junction! Hey Dave, how's it going? Oh. And even though I haven't been recording it, when I sit down at night to watch TV with Howard, I work on these stars for the star quilt. That needs it. You'll remember, Linda. You will. Oh. Oh yeah. If you are not already subscribed to Life with the Wolfies, please go over there and subscribe. I'm trying to get that channel to 10,000 subscribers by Christmas. It's a lot to ask, but considering I have 160,000 subscribers on this channel, it should not be difficult to get, what am I at? Almost 4,000. Shouldn't be difficult to get 6,000 people to move over in 6 months, right? August, September, October, November, December. It's now 5 months. So if Life with the Wolfies at 10,000 subscribers, by December, I will be giving away a handmade quilt. Now, it may be a tied quilt and very simple. Well, it probably is going to be a tied quilt because I won't be able to do a quilted quilt because I still have this one to do, Mikey's, and then Arthur's. And then I'm going to be working on the one for Christmas. So, 10,000 subscribers by December 1st. And when I'm done working on, when I get Mikey's quilt on this frame, see, I have a rhythm. I tie this one day, I work on Mikey's the next day, right? I work on the garden another day, right? I work on the stars when I'm sitting watching TV. I have a rhythm. So this is Briar's, and once this is off the quilt and ready to be, to have the backing sewed around for the binding, then Mikey's should be ready to come on here. So I've got 3 panels done for Mikey's. I just have to do the binding on the one and then one more panel to go. And then I got to work on Arthur's quilt that I made for him out of my maternity coat when he was a toddler. Hey Rosie, how's it going? How come you had to restart your... We'll see if that happens. Had a storm yesterday. I think we're replacing some equipment down the line. I need to go out in your new van. I did the Shore power cord. What's a Shore power cord? Portable fridge, freezer, cooler comes in tomorrow. Oh, you should get some power stations, Dave. Oh, ah. And the needle came in, of course. And so did a chunk of my finger caught. Where in the next town? What next county, honey? Hey, did you get it from London Sunshine? I have an Igloo and a London Sunshine, and my London Sunshine is my favorite ice maker. And guess what? If you use, there's a coupon code. Oh, God, I can't remember. I haven't been putting my links and coupon codes in the description box lately. Tough one. Shore power cord attaches under bumper and runs 2 outlets into a van through a gasket, so you can plug an extension cord in outside and have electricity inside. Oh, well, that's awesome. That's a great idea. I love having power stations because what happens when the power goes out, it depends on where we are and what we're doing as to what. I have one in the bedroom, I have one in here, I have one in my old office. It runs the internet. If the power goes out, the internet will still run. And I have one in my bedroom, one in my office, one out here. Howie has one in his bedroom downstairs and one in the living room downstairs. 1, 2, 3. And then when we go to the races or camping, we take them all with us, plus their solar panels. Gee. And if the power goes out here while we're home, you know, it depends on what we're doing. If we're watching TV, we'll just plug everything into the one in the living room. If it goes out for very long, you know, I could take the big one out and put it in the porch and plug my freezer into it, right? My little freezer. So, I mean, there's so many things you can do. And I could take another one and plug my fridge into it. I mean, there's so many things you can do. And then when the power comes back on, you just plug them in to charge up. Or if you're somewhere else, you just set up the solar panels outside, plug them in. A pellet maker. Really, for like making your own pellets for pellet stoves? I want a pellet stove for the basement. Because the only place we could put it is in the far end. And that part of the basement is actually at ground level. So with the chimney, if we were to put a wood stove down there, we'd have to spend $1,500 just on the chimney. And then we would have to figure out a way to bring firewood downstairs. You could come in the back door, but it's a hill and it's covered in red. It's overgrown. So a pellet stove would make a lot more sense because A, it doesn't have a whole lot of chimney. B, when the power goes out, honey, go lay down. When the power goes out, I can plug a power station into it because it just runs a little wee fan. And I could still keep my basement heated. Because my basement, I have a wood stove up here and baseboard heaters. But the basement is all baseboard heaters. So, a pellet stove for my basement. Remind me to put that on the list, Linda. So that's what I'd like. I mean, there's so many things we can do. And I'm done doing improvements on this house. Right? We did the roof because I don't want Howie climbing on a roof. You know, 10 years from now, when he's 68. Forget it, right? So I'm not just making life easier for me, I'm trying to make it more workable. That's why we got the roof this year. And then the bank decided they didn't want to take over our loan to consolidate our loan with our mortgage. So I said to the bank, well, there you go. Stretch the last of my mortgage out over 16 years. I'll double my payments on my loan and you guys can go hang. I'll make my mortgage last as long as I can just to piss them off. And a 40-pound bag of pellets isn't very much. There's also the fact that I'm hoping to get a stair lift in for the basement. Howie's looking at them because that wall going down the basement is cinder block. So, and there's a lot of people selling their stair lifts, chair lifts for the stairs, because people die, right? And they're not necessarily something good to have in for the house, right? And to sell. You have to clean them more often than wood. Well, you only have to clean the wood twice a year. And that depends on how often you use it, too. Right? Like we would put it on if we had company coming and staying over and sleeping downstairs. Right? But it's mainly, the idea of it is just to keep my pipes from freezing every week. Well, that's only if you're using them. I wouldn't be using it, except in the winter. Right? When the power goes out. What, for a pellet stove? The only reason I don't have a wood-burning cook stove is because the insurance requires a present-day certified one, and those puppies are $7,500 a piece. There's a big lump in there. Now I prefer my wood burning cook stove because my wood burning stove, because even if it is an airtight wood stove, you've seen it. I figured out how to cook on it. But I would love a pellet stove for the basement. I really would. Hey, what's going on? They run along the nerve and the pain is unbearable. Oh, baby. Oh, shingles are the worst. Oh. And can I ask you, did you get the shingle shot? Joanne? Someone I told me they got the shingles shot and ended up with the shingles. You poor baby. All right, we're almost at the end of the row here. Hey, Chloe, all is well. There we go. And I think oh my goodness. Rodney. It's Mary, right? Must keep unpacking if I want to start crafting and sewing again. Have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July if it's Jazzy. It's Mary. That's right. That's Rodney's account, but Mary is his wife. And Rodney passed away, I believe. So, take care, Jazzy. Try not to overdo it. Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. If I get a Blue Eddy or something, I'm tempted to get a DC charger so that it automatically tops off when I drive. Then the fridge cooler can plug into it without worry. Well, there you go. They have different outlets. They have charging ports for your car. They have charging ports for your phone, charging ports for USB. They have them all right on the thing. Okay, hang on, I'm going to see. Mine are All Powers, Blue Eddy, and Vitoman. It's VTOMAN. I think my favorite is All Powers. Thank you. Well, after being 15 years on YouTube, Mary, and you get people who come back over and over and over again, that's how I remember. But my memory isn't that great, right? So if I remember your name, I'm grateful. If I don't remember your name, please forgive me. Thank you. Hey, Phoebe. But the one I want to get, Rodney, is, I think it's a 4500 or a 3500. And it's like this tall. And it has the suitcase handle and wheels. And when the power goes out, or I could run that on, if we're at the races, I don't even have to run the generator in the coach. I just have to plug the whole coach into this thing and set up the solar panels. That's what I'd like. Blue Eddy and All Powers. Well, my thumb caught almost made it through. My finger caught did. I'm already on the All Power site looking. There you go. Give me a second and I will give you a coupon code. Hang on. This may take a few minutes. Give me a second. Because this laptop is really old. Manage videos. Yeah, the sparkles you see are from my ears, folks. If you can see the sparkles on my... Okay, now let's go manage videos. Da, 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 da. See how long this takes? And then I have to go all the way back because I haven't been putting my info in the box. Hang on. Let me search my page here. Power station. See if I have them all. Okay. The Vito Man, all powers 2,000 watt. A-Free is another one. Okay, so let me just put the, oops. Let me just put this in the chat for you. Oh no, this expires. It expires, so I don't have them anymore. I don't have the coupon code anymore. They should have been permanent. There's A-Free, which is AEFRIY. There's All Powers, just as it sounds, and there's Bluetti, and there's Vito Man. I don't have a coupon code anymore. I'm sorry, but they go right up to 2,500. Hey, Jack, how are you, darling? And I think what I'll do is I'll get this set up for the next round. Ugh. Ugh. How many more ties? 1, 2, 2 more ties after this one. One here and one here. I know, right here, and right here, and right here. So there's 3 of them. Oh, I did. You saw that. Good eye. Good eye. Thank you, Julie. And I lost the thread. Well, I need a longer one anyway. Well, maybe not. Damn. Dang. See, what would I do without you folks? I'm making enough knots in here so that I hope this will last him long after I'm gone. That's pretty much the idea of finishing all these quilts, eh? Okay. Here, one here, one here, one here. And then I'm going to turn it and be ready for next round. What a little boogie. Oh. I might go over and work on Mikey's. You don't want me to go live again, maybe. Or I might stay here and work on a little bit more of this. Who knows? Missing knots happens when you don't keep a rhythm going. Urgh. There. You don't have to have your family into quilts. Do it yourself. Get into quilts for you. Okay, now. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Oh. Oh, the seat is so low. Oh. Get you out of the way here so I don't step on you or bang you. Yes, Gracie's asleep over there in her bed. Okay. One more. When I say one more, it's usually two. You want to continue? Yeah, let's continue. Oh, dang. Well, there goes my thumb caught. This one has to go back a little bit more. There we go. Thank you, Linda. Oh. Tell you what. Another one broke. I'm gonna have to get some more of these finger cots. Just know, Dave, just know that when you get one and you say the A-Free 210 model is on sale and it's a pretty good size, excuse me, what I'm hearing is you need the next size up. When you say pretty good size, it's not big enough. Just my personal experience. Okay. You should sew a Velcro adjustable ring. Huh. You'd have to give me a visual on that, Dave, because I can't see what you're saying. Appointment. Okay, Phoebe, you take care, honey. Okay. The A-Free, the Bluetti, the Vito Man, and the All Powers. Those are all ones that I know because we have them. It's kind of like buying paint. You know the paint I bought for my room? I got it home, I didn't like it. It's too dark. And it's too orange, not enough pink. So the next one up on the paint card would have been fine. It's kind of that way. If you're thinking about getting something you're going to use a lot, and if you think that's okay, that's a decent size, but there's hesitation there, right? Do what you can afford, but try to afford the best that you are going to need. Think of all, once you get one, you realize all the things it can do, right? And then you wish you'd bought a bigger one. That's just the way I was. We never bought them though. Ours were free. So for magnesium and water with salt in it, that's probably because you're you're dehydrated. That's for when you're dehydrated. Hey, Montgomery's Garden. I'm a giver, not a keeper type. I'll donate for charities. Okay. I got this stupid song stuck in my head with dancing ducks. Get a little boogie. Hell no. I don't know what the word is, but this tune is stuck in my head. You know what? We're getting close to the end here, folks. We are getting close to the end. Still no Sonic chemtrails. Oh, nice. Life is good. The garden is coming up. Nothing too badly damaged, thank you, God. Gracie's having a series of off days, but I honestly think that Gracie pulled herself out of that death spiral because she knew it was going to be too hard on us. So now she is not well. She'll never be better again, but she's doing better. She has good days, she has bad days, but she's never going to be the old Gracie again. And I think she came back deliberately so that we could get used to the idea of living without her. That's my honest truth. That's my honest opinion. Oh dear. See on the arm of my chair? See where the things are pinned? Can you see that? I can't see. I work on my star blocks at night when we're watching TV. There we go. This way I can talk and see you too. Bye, Phoebe. Take care. This is another reason I'm doing these. Oh, and I've already ripped. My finger caught. Is because I may not have the strength 10 years from now. Or maybe Deej 10 years from now. Bubba likes his summer quilt, that's for sure. Let's get this over there. Goodness. Oh, there's a thread. It'd be so nice when this is off and Mikey's is on and Arthur's is started. 3. Right now, I have 3 quilts in active work mode. Mikey's, Briar's, and the Star Quilt. The Star Quilt is for, you know, it's a long-term project. See, it's ripped, but I can still grip. I can still grip with this part. Take care, Phoebe. Feel better, sweetie. Anyway, I think that's all we're going to do for today. I'm going to go into my office and start reading on The Long Way Home, I think it's called. The last book in the Little House series with Laura Ingalls Wilder. So, I'm going to be doing that right shortly. So, I'm going to say take care. God bless. Thanks for joining me while I work on Briar's quilt. And I'll probably, next one I do will probably be on Mikey's. Okay? Mwah! Take care. God bless. I'll see you again soon. And reading with Beverly Wolfie, folks, I'll be there in less than an hour. Okay? Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Never forget that. Poke. 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 Come on.